Is it possible to be a complete pessimist? Can a person truly believe that life is bad and that not existing is better, yet still choose to live? Can someone see no hope or purpose in life, but still use art and philosophy to share that view? The German philosopher Philipp Meitlander is a rare example of someone whose pessimistic thoughts were matched by his actions. He may be the closest anyone has come to being a true philosophical pessimist. This is not just because of what he wrote, but because of what he did. He took his ideas to their final point and ended his own life. The writer Theodor Lessing called Mainlander's work perhaps the most radical system of pessimism known to philosophical literature. We can only guess the real reasons for his choice, but the link between his philosophy and his death is unsettling. It shows the power and danger of our thoughts. Mainlander's work is very dark and strange, but it is also hopeful and kind. He was born Philipp Patz in Germany in 1841 to a rich family. His father was a harsh businessman. As a young man, Philip worked in his father's company and in a bank. He found his daily life to be a struggle. He later chose to join the military to escape, but he left soon after because of poor health. To cope with his struggles, Mainlander read poetry and philosophy. Books gave him the feeling of connection and warmth. He taught himself philosophy. One day, he discovered the work of Arthur Schopenhauer, which changed his life. He then decided to expand on Schopenhauer's ideas. Schopenhauer is known as the father of philosophical pessimism. When Mainlander found his work, Schopenhauer was very popular in Germany. Mainlander was deeply affected by Schopenhauer's main book, The World as Will and Representation. He loved it so much that he reportedly read the entire large book in one day and night. Schopenhauer's key ideas are that life is mostly negative and full of pain. He believed we are all driven by a mindless striving force he called the will. This will is the cause of our constant needs and desires. For Schopenhauer, the will's only purpose is to keep going, using people as its tools. In 1876, at age 34, Mainlander published his own major work, The Philosophy of Redemption. In this book, he created a unique and disturbing philosophical system. He argued that the world is made of two things: individual parts and movement. The world is broken into many individual pieces, but it is also one whole, all moved by the same force, which he also called the will. He saw that everything is connected, yet as individuals, we feel separate. For Mainlander, the world is always moving away from being one whole and toward being many separate parts. Like Schopenhauer, Mainlander believed that because of the will, anything that exists will suffer. He thought that not being alive is better than being alive. But unlike Schopenhauer, Mainlander believed the will has a goal. He argued that the universe started as a single thing, which he called God. He also said he was an atheist. He wrote, God has died, and his death was the life of the world. According to Mainlander, this single unity, or God, realized that non-existence was better than existence. To end itself, God shattered into many pieces, creating the universe. The universe, for Mainlander, is the decaying body of God, slowly moving toward becoming nothing. He called this the will to death. Mainlanders saw this process as a good thing. The purpose of everything is to end suffering. When the universe finally ends, suffering will also end. He called this redemption. These ideas are very strange and dark, more like a myth than a proven theory. What makes Mainlander so unique is that after finishing his book, which praised nothingness, he ended his own life. At age 34, he used a stack of his newly printed books to hang himself. We can guess that his beliefs played a part in his death, but it was likely more than just an idea. Most other pessimistic philosophers lived long lives. People who are not pessimists also take their own lives. It often takes a deep pain that goes beyond ideas to make such a choice. It seems that for Mainlander, Eli's his life lost its purpose when his work was done. It is believed that mental illness ran in Mainlander's family. His grandfather and older brother both took their own lives. It is possible that his personal suffering led him to pessimistic philosophy and not the other way around. Poetry and philosophy may have been a temporary medicine for his pain, giving him a reason to live. When he felt his work was finished, that reason was gone. Mainlander's life was full of contradictions. He believed life was pointless but valued art and politics. He was an atheist but wrote about God. He was a deep pessimist but also had hope for an end to suffering. He cared deeply for other people and supported political ideas that would help the poor and reduce their suffering. The German philosopher Fritz Sommerlath wrote that Mainlander's work shows a gentle and kind soul. To write a book and create a philosophy, a person must have some hope. As long as you are alive, it is hard to escape hope and meaning. In his own way, Mainlander fought his battle against the universe as bravely as he could.